All right, moving on to Servo Coding Challenge 3. For this one, it says that it's like Challenge 2, but this time the servo arm turns more slowly. So we have to figure out how to make the servo rotate more slowly. With our current code, right, the servo will go directly to this angle. It will pause until for this amount of time before it goes back, but this won't control how slowly it moves, right? If we change this, say, to like 5,000 milliseconds, that doesn't mean it's going to take 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds to reach this position. It just means it'll go to this position and then will wait that amount of time. So it'll go straight to 0 and then will wait for a remaining 4 seconds because it takes it about 1 second at full speed to go all the way across. So instead we have to do something a bit trickier so that we can make it go more slowly. We're going to keep this code over here because we still need this button, on and off button. But I'm going to take this out from here for now. And what we're going to do is basically make the servo move one angle, 1 degree at a time. So instead of going straight from 0 to 180, we're going to make it go 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, etc., with a pause in between each step. So in order to do that, we're actually going to need a second variable. This time, we're going to have a variable to keep track of the specific angle at any given moment. So we'll call this variable angle. And on start, we'll set it to 0. And just to keep things consistent, let's also set the servo angle to 0 when we start. So as soon as we load the program, it'll go to the 0 position. Okay, so then what we want to do is we want to, like I said, set the servo angle. We want it to start at 0, and then we want it to go to 1, and then we want to pause. And then we want it to go to 2, and then we want to pause. We want it to go to 3 and pause, 4 to pause, 5 to pause, etc. So how we're going to do that is we're actually going to set servo to the variable angle. Remember, at the beginning of the program, that's equal to the value 0. But we can update that value each time we go through the loop. So actually, to do this, we're going to use another kind of loop inside of here. We're going to use a repeat loop. So in here, if switch equals 1, we want to repeat a certain number of times. Well, if we want to go from 0 to 180, then we need to repeat 180 times. So we're going to repeat 180 times. We're going to set servo A1 angle to our variable angle. Now, if we just do this, angle is always going to stay 0, so this is never going to change, right? It's going to repeat 180 times, but the position won't change. It will always be 0. So what we have to do is we have to update the value of this variable to make it change each time in this loop. So if we go back to variables, you'll see we've so far just been using set, right? Set angle, set switch. This time we're going to change the value of angle by 1. So each time we go through this loop, which we do, this repeat, which we do 180 times, we're going to change this value by 1. So it will start at 0. Then the first time through this loop, it will be 1, and then it will be 2, and it'll be 3, it'll be 4, and it'll do that 180 times all the way up to 180. We also need a pause in here, but we're going to make the pause really short. So instead of 100 milliseconds or 200 milliseconds, we're just going to do like, let's say 20 milliseconds. So that means it'll wait 20 milliseconds before it moves on to the next angle. So this is going to make it step from 0 to 180 with a 20 millisecond pause between each step. So that'll take it from 0 to 180. Now if we want it to go back from 180 to 0, we just have to duplicate this whole chunk here, put it down here, and now we're going to go 180 times in the reverse direction. So we're going to just here change angle by -1, right? Because after this repeat block is done, the angle variable is now 180, and now when 180 times, we'd go down by 1. So from 180 to 179 to 178 to 177, et cetera, down to 0. And that should be enough to solve the third coding challenge. Did I miss anything here? Like challenge number 2, but the servo arm turns more slowly. No, that should do it. One thing I should have pointed out in the previous 2 videos, please make sure to give your project a title and publish the project and copy the link and put it in the Google Doc that's attached to the assignment on Google Classroom. Alrighty.